you, Oldham and Rochdale are just 2 towns in a list of many. So I've invited a good friend of mine across from Hull, and who's also, like myself, is fighting this fight in Hull, because Hull has a massive problem too. So it's only right that we share the platform with this. Ladies and gentlemen, please give a warm welcome from Hull Against Grooming, Ian O'Key.
Go on, Ian.
Cheers,
Go on, Ian.
I managed that all by myself, look at that. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and Happy New Year.
Happy New Year!
As been said before, today is the first of the PAG Northern Tour. And as we settle into our lives of the euphoria of the Christmas period, I would like to reflect on the reasons why we're all here. As a nation, it is not measured only by its wealth or its power, but how it protects the most innocent and vulnerable among us. Today, I stand before you to speak about one of the greatest responsibilities we have. I'm going to have to get my speech aside. That's the duty to protect our children from exploitation, abuse and harm. Children are not commodities. They are not tools of profit, manipulation or neglect. They are the future of our families, our communities and our nation itself. When even one child is harmed, the moral foundation of our society is shaken. Yet too often, the very systems meant to protect our children have failed them. Government institutions entrusted to safeguarding the innocent have moved too slowly, looked the other way, or placed bureaucracy above human life. When laws are weak, enforcement is inconsistent, or accountability is absent. Children pay the price. That is unacceptable in a nation that claims to value justice and human dignity. Holding our government accountable is not unpatriotic, it is patriotic. True patriotism demands honesty, courage, willingness to demand a better for those in power. Our leaders exist to serve the people, not to shield themselves from responsibility. When they fail to protect our children, it is our duty as citizens to speak, to act and insist to reform.
Yeah!
Thank you. Protecting children is not a partisan issue. It is a moral obligation shared by every parent, every teacher, police officer and public servant. It requires strong laws, real enforcement, transparency and commitment of putting children before politics. But protection is not about punishment. It is about prevention. It means educating families, strengthening communities and ensuring that every child is seen, heard and safeguarded. Let us be a nation that refuses to look the other way, a nation that demands accountability from the institutions, a nation that stands united in defence of our children. Because when we protect our children, we protect our future. And when we defend the innocent, we honour the very soul of our country. The responsibility does not end with words spoken on podiums or promises written in policies. It lives in everyday choices we make as a society. It lives in whether we as we fund children protection services adequately. Whether we listen to children speak and whether we act swiftly and with the warning signs appear. Silence, delay and indifference are not neutral, they are forms of failure. We must also recognise that protecting children requires courage. It means confronting uncomfortable truths, even when they challenge powerful interests and long-standing systems. It means refusing to accept wrongdoing simply because it is inconvenient. just to address. Our society truly values its children's mirth, but willing to look inward, correct its course and place moral responsibility above political comfort. Our nation's strength has always come from the people, from the families who raise the children with love, from teachers who guide them, and from first responders and advocates who step in when others cannot. These are the quiet heroes who remind us that compassion is not a weakness, but a strength in its purest form. Let us commit to building systems that work for the children, not against them. Systems that prioritise safety over silence, truth over denial, and justice over delay. Let us demand transparency in those in power to ensure that no institution, no matter how influential, stands above accountability. This is not about blame, it is not about responsibility, it is about recognising that the measures of our nation will be written not in speeches or slogans, but in how we save our children, how they feel in their homes, schools and communities. If we rise to this challenge, history will remember us, not for what we ignored, but for what we protected. And it will be remembered for generations that we chose